In this lesson, we'll explore the concept of hoisting in JavaScript and how it affects variables declared with var, let, and const. Hoisting is a behavior in JavaScript where variable and function declarations are moved to the top of their containing scope during the compilation phase. Let's take a look at an example. Console log customer name, and then var customer name is Jane, and second console log customer name. As you can see, we were able to reference the variable customer name before it was declared with no error. This is because variables declared with var are hoisted to the top of their scope and initialized with undefined. Hoisting refers to the process where the JavaScript interpreter moves variable and function declarations to the top of their containing scope, global or function scope. This means that you can use variable before it has been declared. So, we can treat the situation as equivalent to this code. Var customer name is undefined, so the customer is hoisted to the top of the scope, and then first console log outputs undefined, and then customer name is assigned a value Jane, and console log customer name outputs Jane. Unlike var, variables declared with let and const are hoisted to the top of their scope but are not initialized. Let's take a look at an example. Console log customer name, and then let customer name is Jane, and then console log customer name again. Here, customer name is hoisted to the top of the scope but is not initialized, which means that when we try to access customer name, it results in a reference error. Variables declared with const behave the same as variables declared with let. Let's change customer name declaration to const, and we get reference error cannot access customer name before initialization. The behavior is the same. Accessing the variable before its declaration throws a reference error. Function declarations are also hoisted. This means you can call a function before it is defined in the code. For example, let's call the function before the function declaration. So welcome, and then function welcome is console log welcome to the shop. And we get welcome to the shop. Function expressions and arrow functions are not hoisted in the same way. Let's change function declaration to function expression. And we get type error. Welcome is not a function. This is because welcome is treated as a variable now, and thus hoisted with an initial value of undefined, leading to a type error when we try to call it as a function. The same applies to arrow functions. Let's change function expression to arrow function, and we get type error, welcome is not a function again.